Today I'm going to be showing you how I built these very customizable stars.
The first thing I'm going to do is rip down my piece of pine shelving. This pine shelving is 11 1/4 inches wide, and I want my pieces to be 3.5 inches wide. It's just a size that I like. You can change it up if you want. And at 3.5 inches wide, I can get 3 full strips out of this. I think three, yeah, 3. That's not too hard to figure out. I'm just no math magician here. So double check that measurement, and you can make them smaller if you want to. You can do 2.5 and get more pieces out. Like I said, 3.5 inches is just what I like the looks of. And I'm going to be batching these out for an upcoming craft show, so I'm going to be ripping down a lot of these pieces. Next, I'm going to head over to my miter station. And on these stars, you only need 2 angles, a 36-degree angle and a 54-degree angle. I'm going to start by setting the saw to 36 degrees. That'll be my first cut. The first step, you need to cut the end of the board to 36 degrees. So go ahead and just cut that as close as you can so you don't waste too much wood. I'm going to measure from the longest point of the cut I just made and make a mark at 11 3/8 inches on the board. Then I'll set up a stop block on my saw so I can repeat this cut. So the measurement will be from the long point of the first cut to the short side of the second cut is 11 inches and 3/8. Go ahead and cut 5 of these. Don't forget to hit subscribe and that like button too. Once you've got all 5 of those pieces cut, measure from the long point of the angle again and make a mark at 6 inches. For this next cut, move your miter saw to the 54-degree mark. I then set up another stop block, so the long point of my angle is going to be on the back side against my fence, and the back side of my 54-degree cut is going to be at the 6-inch mark. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'll show you a picture here in a minute. And with this one cut, you've got both of your pieces finished. I'm going to leave this picture up here for a second. Feel free to pause it and have a look. I'm sure this picture explains it a lot better than I possibly could through a microphone. And each time I make my first one of these for the season, I like to just dry fit it and have a look and make sure that that point actually looks like it's standing up nice and straight. For my light strip, I'm going to be making a small, shallow groove all the way around the inside of the pieces. For this, I'm going to be using a 5/16 straight bit. I've used these LED strips in the past, and I've done dados that were 1/4 inch and 3/8, but I've come to really like the 5/16 groove. It's a nice snug fit for these LED strips, and it just keeps everything in there nice and tight. I'm using a trim router with a fence on it for mine. You can use a table router if you want, or a dado stack in your table saw, but you're going to want to make sure that your dado is center of the piece. The longer pieces, you don't want your dado to go through that 54-degree angle, or else you'll be left with holes exposed. You're going to want to stop before you come out